Hi, this is Elliot Eisenberg of Graphs and Laughs, here to catch you up to date on the latest in residential sales data. In Hillsborough County, single-fam home prices went up about 6%, a little more, and multi-fam home prices went up a little over 2%. Very nice progress. However, sales activity declined. It declined about 12% for single-fam and about 15% for multi-fam. Sales price as a function of original listing price was 97% for both single and multifamily. If we look at pending sales activity, it fell 13.4% for single fam and 23% for multifam. Last but certainly not least, if we look at inventories, they fell 9% for single fam and went up about 25% for multifam, like they did across all three counties where multifam inventories increased substantially. In Pasco County, single-fam home prices were essentially unchanged. Multi-fam home prices fell by almost 3%, but sales activity was very healthy. Single-fam sales activity grew almost 7%, and multi-fam sales activity grew almost 16%. That was the strongest across all three counties on both types of property. In terms of sale price as a function of original list price, for single fam it was 97.9, the highest for all three counties and both types of properties, whereas for multifam it was 97.7. That was the best for multifam properties. Pending sales fell 3.6% on the single fam side, but were up a very strong 18.2% on the multifam. That was the best performance across all three counties and both types of properties. Lastly, active inventories were flat on the single fam side and went up 31.4% very strongly, like they did also in Hillsborough County and in Pinellas County. In Pinellas County, single-fam home prices went up over 16%. That was the strongest across all three counties for both types of properties. Multi-fam home prices went up almost 12%, the strongest in any of the three counties for multi-fam price appreciation. Sales activity increased 7% on the single-fam side, 2% on the multi-fam side. Sales price as a function of list price was 96.4% for single fam, a mild improvement, and it was 95.1%, a slight decline for multifam. Pending sales fell a little bit, 1.4%. Multifam pending sales went up a little bit, 2.6%. Lastly, inventories went up 13.1% on the single fam side, more than any other single fam in either of Pasco or in Hillsborough County, whereas multifam inventories went up over 60%, stronger than any of the other two counties and either single fam or multifam. But remember, multifam inventories went up a lot also in Hillsborough and Pasco counties. Turning our attention to the national economy, 2023 was a very strange year. In terms of the stock market, it was terrific. Stock market went up 20, 25, 30%, depending on how you measure it. If you look at unemployment, it was very low. Job market, job growth was very strong. I don't think 24 is going to be quite that good for the stock market and the job market and so on. High interest rates hurt and so on and so forth. But if you talk to people in the realty world in 2023, it got progressively worse as the year went on. Partly because the economy was so good, because GDP growth was good, the Fed kept raising rates. As the Fed kept raising rates, people didn't want to buy houses. I think 2024 is going to be the opposite. Unemployment's not going to do as well as it did in 23, and job growth may not be as good as 23, but interest rates are going to come down, and inventories are going to come up. Not profoundly, but they'll rise, and as they do, the realty market will do better. Why are interest rates going to come down, and why are they coming down already? They've come down and will come down more because inflation's coming down, because energy prices are coming down, and because rent prices are coming down. So central banks across the world are all going to be lowering interest rates, and so will the Fed. Now, while we don't know how much the Fed will lower rates in 24, we know they're going to lower rates. Will it be 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or 6 times each a quarter point? We don't know. Will they start in March or April or May or as late as June? I don't really know either. But they will start to lower rates. And as they lower rates, mortgage rates will fall more. And as they lower rates, the gap between the 30-year mortgage and the 10-year treasury will also narrow, making housing that much more appealing. Now, if you're nervous that there'll be a recession, I still think there might well be a sneaking suspicion that there will be. Don't worry about it. A housing market's already gone through a recession. If there's a recession, the Fed will cut rates by more and earlier, and that lowering of rates will probably propel the housing market to do okay. I'm looking forward to a reasonably strong or stronger housing market than we had in 2023. Remember, 23 started out pretty well and got weaker. I think 24 starts out on the weaker end and slowly gets stronger as interest rates fall and inventories rise. I hope that's been helpful.